Congress of Arlon. Belgium has joined the Reichspakt. Alright. Good for them. What is this? Oh, this is just militia. We'll keep that division around. We'll keep the armored division around just in case it ever becomes relevant. We can save a little bit. We've decided to grant autonomy to the local rulers of the former High Commission territories, the new paramount chiefs of the respective ethnic groups. But we need to clarify the extent of the chief's power. Is it limited to within the borders of the former HCT, or does it encompass all their people throughout South Africa? Interesting question. Let's put it to a debate, something like that. This rate will be out of political power debt in roughly 1 million years. Let's see. Military factories. Industrialization. This gives political power to the authoritarian Democrats. I'm not going to seek help from the Entente. Ooh, this gives us steel and chromium. This would give us infrastructure and political power. Jack Reed elected president of the USA. Let's see what happens. Civilian factories. 10 and 18. This would give us 10 and 15. This is slightly better. Let's read the RP descriptions. Majority of the party. Support of a general work program for the unemployed. This is the Purity Party. They're pushing for increased industrialization. Yeah, I think we're going to do work programs. That seems like the best solution once we get through this tree here. Of course, it might be time for the general elections by then. Superior firepower looks great. Still 0.10 ahead of time on that. Are we producing any steel? We are producing some steel, so with that in mind, I think it's actually worth it to spend a tax slot on excavation. Because if we can get from a small steel deficit to no steel deficit, that's obviously a very good thing. Let's get support equipment first. We can already train mountaineers, so that's good. Yeah, we'll go ahead and research the next tier of rifles. I think we're almost... we still have quite a deficit of infantry equipment, actually. So that won't help us a ton, but you can't fight with the #1 Mark III forever. I'm assuming it's not the snazziest rifle in the history of ever. Well, it's actually only oil that we're at a deficit for right now, which is nice. We've decided to grant autonomy to the local rulers of the former High Commission territories, the new paramount chiefs of the respective ethnic groups, but we need to clarify the extent of the chief's power. Is it limited to within the borders of the former HTC, or does it encompass all of their people? They will fully represent their people, so that decreases the effects of segregation, gives us stability. I like it. And, oh yeah, we need to select a new focus. So, forces of the paramount chiefs. Given the increased autonomy of the paramount chiefs, some of them are asking to be allowed to raise their own forces comprised of their respective tribesmen to better secure their own positions. While arming the natives is an unpalatable prospect, it would reduce the strain upon the Union's armed forces. 3 native militia divisions will be recruited. Let's do it. We have currently 5% party popularity, 50% stability, 52% war support. That's actually not too bad, considering the situation we're in. But this is really hurting our ability to create political power. But yeah, because the National Party have lost most of their supporters to the purified National Party. Dominion Party still has a plurality, although Labour in a coalition with the purified National Party and the regular National Party would have the ability to form a government, if that is the current lore situation of what's going on. Which the events make it sound like that's what's going on. Labour, yeah, even if Labour and the ISL and the Communist Party formed a coalition, they would not be able to, they wouldn't even be able to be the opposition. Because they'd have 23 votes versus 29 just in the Purified National Party. Discussing parliamentary politics while we wait for national focuses to finish. That's the Loresworn Order guarantee. always looking to see if you can create a communist plurality. That's my mission. Alright, so we got the forces of the Paramount Chiefs. We're going to develop the protectorates. The Crown protectorates are perhaps the least developed regions in the Union. It is vital we develop their infrastructure to maintain peace with the rest of the country. So we're going to take these militia divisions. We're going to put them on the Portuguese border. We are going to turn them... Oh, they can't change template. That's okay. So we've got a Swana, a Swazi, and a Basotho militia division. They're just not very good, but that's okay.
Orders.
We will we'll make the best of them. Serbia crowns King Alexander II. We're actually getting pretty close to that 1938 election. Peace deal has been signed, ending hostilities. Let's see what the borders in Asia look like now. It looks like the Ostasian Gesellschaft lost some land. That's what it looks like to me. So that's a victory for the East Asians, it would seem. So this guy's been president since like 1920 something. He's kind of like a dictator at this point. Korean uprising is happening. By the way, Jack Reed has been elected president, and the U.S. has still not gone to civil war yet, which is kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen him be sitting, or maybe it's not till his inauguration. No, he's been inaugurated by now. It's past January of 37. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. New rifles, we got new machine guns. We are moving on up in the world. We get some better construction technology. We are gonna get radios. We are going to stop producing outdated infantry equipment, which is going to put our entire army at a huge equipment deficit for a very long time. Oh, but hey, we do have enough artillery pieces, so we can switch to making sure everybody has support equipment now. And we will have a new factory in approximately 1 billion years. Peruvian-Bolivian Federation has been restored. That's going to be interesting on the South American front. The Tsardom has been restored. Lots of restorations going on. developing those protectorates. The Russian Empire has declared war on the Loresworn Order. Like they are often want to do. I don't actually know much lore-wise about the Loresworn Order. I should go read their wiki page. Second International. Japan. So the Korean uprising was not successful. Continue developing the protectorates. Awesome, we get a bunch of steel in Natal and Rhodesia, as well as some civilian factories. With the infrastructure of the protectorate developed, we can now focus on developing their industry, as well as the industry of the surrounding areas, for which the protectorates often serve as a source of cheap labor. I like it. How's our fleet doing down here? Doing okay. We will have a new ship built in about 1 trillion years. We're actually at an aluminum deficit. Oh yeah, because we're producing support equipment, which requires aluminum. That would be why. Now, someday we will have enough factories to actually trade. Spanish Civil War is broken out. Let's go to the action cam. Industry. Keep concentrating that industry. Greece has joined the Belgrade Pact. Mysore has declared war on the Princely Federation. Come on, just one time. Can we just see the CNTFAI win just one time? Dravidians have declared war on the Princely Federation. Nationalist takeover in the Netherlands. See, why couldn't that have happened in our Belgian game? That would have made it much easier, I think, to accomplish what we were trying to accomplish. Oh, they got surrounded. You guys. Romanian Civil War. Lots of civil wars happening. Do you have any cool decisions yet? We don't. Mongolia took 8 states. Okay, so the Machlik has been annexed by the Great Khanate. Looks like they released Turk. No, they didn't. I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, yeah. So Mongolia just straight up annexed it. Mozambique Bush War. That's interesting. That could affect us. That's kind of nearby to us. I probably should have read that event. Peru-Bolivian Confederation has declared war on Ecuador. Serbia has declared war on Bulgaria. Look at that world tension skyrocket. Meanwhile, we're just down here training our dudes up. They're actually pretty well trained. Let's see. Do we need army experience for anything else right now? These guys are looking good. Native militia, we can't edit that template. Cavalry division. Let's wait till we get up to like 60 army experience, because then we can fully get all of our support divisions. Oh shit, they declared war on Portugal. That's what that was. Oh shit, so Middle Africa... Baltic War. So Middle Africa is going to annex Portugal, or the Portugal's African possessions. So we're just going to have to end up fighting Göring right away. Going to have to kick his ass. Continue developing the protectorates. Alright, the South African Askari Corps. Now that we have armed certain ethnic groups, Hawks in the Volksraad are suggesting that we may as well raise our own native units, ones that will be loyal not to the paramount chiefs but to the Union. 2 native scout and 1 commando division will be recruited, and we will be out of political power debt. So that'll actually give us a fairly decent army. But now we have the problem that we have no way to expand through the easy target of Portugal, and we're just going to have to be going up against the might of Middle Africa kind of immediately in order to begin the liberation of the African lands. So, got to get ready for it. Yeah, man, if we can get rid of that minus 40 recruitable population, be some good shit. About 15 minutes left here before I gotta get going. Peace deal has been signed. It looks like very little land actually changed hands. I guess maybe the war was just for Mozambique. And Portugal's joined the Entente. So we now will have to fight the Entente if we go to war with Portugal. So maybe we will be friends with the Entente until we've destroyed Middle Africa. And then, you know, maybe we'll not be friends with them anymore when we get what we want from the Germans. So we'll see. Let's see how it goes. Union of Burma has joined the Eastern Syndicalist Union, which is not a faction I even knew was a thing. Okay, well, good for them. Alright, let's finish this up so we can hopefully get part of the way down that Black Monday path before we have to do elections. Savoyard crisis resolved. Construction of the Voortrekker Monument. Begun in 1935, the construction of the Voortrekker Monument is nearing completion. Situated in Pretoria, it commemorates the Voortrekkers who left the Cape Colony between 1835 and 1854 to found the Afrikaner republics of the interior. Costs, however, continue to grow, but we are on schedule to open the monument at the centenary celebrations next year. All right. Base stability +5, I'll take it. Albania joined the Donau. What's that faction called? Donau Adriabund. So good for them, I guess. Minister supports his ideology, that's fine. Alright. So we can't do the 1938 general elections yet, so we're going to start by establishing work programs, which gives political power, authoritarian Dem popularity, which they are the National Party, but not the super racist National Party, just the regular National Party.
Ready to move!
Oh yeah, these are the new dudes. So, can they change template?
Come on!
I suppose they can't. I also don't know how this is a commando division because it's just a crappy infantry division with one unit of engineers, but okay. If that's what passes for commandos, we'll take what we can get at the moment. Also, now that we know that we're not going to be fighting Portugal just yet, let's go ahead and set these guys up. I'm going to create an attack order. Create an attack order that will encompass just basically the entire coast. Yeah, we're going to want to go through Windhoek first, and then down here. That is probably... yeah, that's probably good enough for now. Yeah, we'll probably have to join the Entente. I don't necessarily want to join the Entente, but I think we're going to end up having to join the Entente. Also, Germany has no troops up here, so I'm wondering if we can get away with shortening this front. Alright, can you give me a moment, please? Yeah, I think something like that
Ready to move.
looks pretty nice. Oh, and we've been capped on command power all this time. So we're going to make him a skirmisher. And then we're going to take our field marshal. Make him charismatic. Division recovery rate's actually really good. As it turns out, I have a tech slot open because I haven't been paying attention or something. Low manpower we know about. Insufficient resources we know about. Free civilian factories. There we go. So Natal has pretty good infrastructure now, so we'll just start building some factories down there. Get these work programs established. Tripolitania has joined the Cairo Pact. So that's a pretty large faction at this point. Let's see if Yemen and Muscat get on board. Austrian Empire has declared war on the Kingdom of Hungary. Fall of Burgos. Oh, so the Carlists are going to die. That could be good. If the nationalists wear themselves out against the Carlists first, that could give the FAI a chance. Oh, look at that encirclement. Good job, you guys. You guys had one of the sweetest templates for a government ever. I just want to see you win the Civil War at least once in my lifetime without me having to take over personally. Alright. 10 days left on this focus. We're getting some more concentrated industry. That's very good. Let's grab... ahead of time on that. We're ahead of time on that. Oh, we're not researching a land doctrine. How dumb am I? That's not going to be helpful. Forgetting to research a land doctrine. Come on, just one time. Just one time. I want to see you guys roll over Madrid. Alright, we've established some worker programs. We're going to do major roadworks. The Union is in dire need of better roads. Even in southern territories, luckily we now have access to a lot of city labor ready to link up the Natal, Transvaal, and Cape provinces. So I think we're like, what, 1, 2, 3. This removes the effects of Black Monday, and then we can choose what to focus on. Probably will focus on the military. Let's see. That's actually not too bad. We'll decide when we get there. FAI. FAI. Win the Spanish Civil War. Just once. Just one time. Just one time. I've never seen it happen with the AI. You could say FAI in the sense of like F them because they're not good enough to win the Civil War on their own. It's the AI. Rebellion in the Yemen. Iran declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Things are gonna get crazy here, I think. Shriek has joined the Cairo Pact and declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Okay, we're gonna have a big, crazy war here. From the looks of things. 'Cause yeah, if it's the whole Cairo Pact and Iran, I think it's gonna be difficult for the Ottomans to win that one. I say as they are winning. The Shrieky Kingdom has capitulated. Yeah, they weren't in a great spot to begin with. Russia announces her ambitions. I didn't read what they are, so we will never know, because I clicked off of it too fast. I mean, I'd imagine they probably have to do with conquering some shit. Possibly in Europe and or Asia. improved machine tools are really good. We're going to get even better computers. We have such amazing computers. Oh, come on, just one time. Oh, they took Malaga. They took Malaga. They've got some good encirclements going. Are they going to take Almeria? On the outskirts of Madrid. Oh, man. Regardless of what happens to our country, I'm going to be so happy if I see the CNTFAI actually win the Civil War for once. That'd make me a happy person. That's okay. You can flex back. It's always okay to flex back. You don't want to get surrounded. Sometimes it's the really legitimately better option. They're still on the outside. Oh, look at that encirclement. Look at that. We can't even see the fighting going on, and I'm just excited about this. CNTFAI, those are my boys. It's my red and black boys. Oh, come on. Just take the port. Take the port. Grab it. Get it. Get there. It's hilly terrain. I understand it's difficult. I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. Alright. Orange River Mines. Our improved infrastructure now allows us to exploit new ore veins in the Orange River. A transport hub is also to be constructed at Hopetown to help with exploitation of the mineral riches. You get chromium, which is really rare, and steel, which you can always use more of, so... let's see. Let's move to an early mobilization economy. I think that's going to help us more than a minister would right now. Okay, they took Cordoba, but Cordoba is surrounded. Alright, cool. Great. Follow Madrid! Motherfuckers! Oh, man. The FAI might actually win the Spanish Civil War. This is amazing. I don't want to jinx it, but man, it would make me so happy. It would make my whole day. Now, they lost Malaga, but they took Seville. Cordoba's changing hands, and they got Madrid is changing hands. Don't get overextended. Don't get overextended. Hold the river. They can still get supplies from Seville. It's hard to tell who really has the upper hand here, because it's the AI, and they play like dorks most of the time. Okay, so we've got Dutch Revolution. The traditionally conservative Netherlands had a revolution. Dutch East Indies has joined the Reichspakt. Okay. Keep your fronts linked up. Okay. You just got to make sure you can keep supplies. All right. Today in Port Elizabeth, the leading figures of the Dominion Party, General Jan C. Smuts and Jan Hofmeyr, there's lots of Jans down here, along with the provincial governors of the Cape Natal and Rhodesia, met to discuss the upcoming election in May. An agreement has been reached now that support for the Dominion Party and dissatisfaction with the ruling nationalist government has reached the point where the pro-British faction could form the next administration. To that end, they have issued a declaration stating their intent to reform the Union of South Africa into a new, more liberal federation and pursue reconciliation with the British Empire. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh man, I want him to win so bad. Cheering for syndicalists is like cheering for a sports team for me. Okay, they took Gibraltar. The syndicalists have taken Gibraltar. Now if you can retake Madrid, don't lose. Yeah, like, go ahead and close that pocket. You gotta hold on to those cities. You gotta hold on to those major cities. Don't let them cut you off. I'm very worried about this little strip of coastline right here. They're reinforcing. Okay, we have Toledo. I'm saying we as if I'm playing them. And Carlists. Carlists, hold on as long as possible. Distract the nationalist forces as long as you possibly can. Do not die for at least like another... Oh, and that's my phone alarm. I apologize. This is so exciting. Alright, they took Seville back. Take Cordoba, and they'll have a much harder time reinforcing. I know it's going to be hard to hold because it's on their side of the river. But I'm here for you guys. I'm cheering you on. Let's get some better support weapons going. Yes, close the pocket off. Oh man, if they take Badajoz, this is gonna be great. What happened with the Ottoman Empire? Did they get dismantled? No. The exact opposite, actually. The Ottomans are kicking some ass. Alright, they took Cordoba. They took Cordoba, and there's a nice juicy pocket here. Just close it off. On the outskirts of Madrid. They're on the outskirts of Badajoz. Let's see. Build military factories. It will take a large number of resources, but one way the government can put people to work is by investing in our military infrastructure. We have the natural resources to develop our military now. All we need is the will to make it matter. And we are basically out of time. We're not going to be able to see how the Spanish Civil War goes this episode, even though it's thrilling. We're probably going to have to wait for the conclusion of that till next episode. But check out Loresworn.com. That's our website. We are at Loresworn Order on Twitter. I am at AsaTJ. That's ASATJ. We're not going to do a police crackdown. Subscribe. Hit the notification thing. I think this is going to be a fun campaign. We're in a better position than we were as Belgium to actually exert some international warness. I can't talk anymore. It's been a long day. We'll see you guys next time.